And now, please welcome our next guest.
Whoop, whoop. Hey, everybody. My name is Kia Smith, and I am a Regional Operations Supplier Quality Manager at Boeing Space Defense and Security. My unique hobby is I love to throw a good old party, and I'm the host of a podcast called At the World of Kia. You can see me in action at this year's 2026 BEYA Awards, receiving the Science Spectrum Trailblazer Award and moderating the Machine Learning panel on Friday morning. See you then.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. You've got a lot going on.
Oh, I do, but I love it.
You probably don't know what to do with yourself if you couldn't do it.
Correct. I'd be bored.
Exactly right. So one piece of advice would you give to someone in their earlier career?
One piece of advice, I would say, do not be afraid, period. Don't be afraid to build relationships. Doesn't matter their title, if they're the CEO, if they're the janitor, it doesn't matter. Build those relationships with whoever you meet, because everybody's experience, you can learn from them, right? But also don't be afraid to speak up when you need to in your career, in your educational portion of life, like whatever it is you're doing, speak up. Because a lot of times I think culturally, as children, we're taught don't speak unless spoken to, right?
Yeah.
But when you get to a place in your life where you're thriving and you're in your career or you're buying real estate, whatever it is you're doing that kind of, I guess is the term adulting. At the end of the day, you have to speak up. You have to ask the right questions. And then you have to know when to be silent too. So just don't be afraid to do any of those things when the time comes.
Well, and it's real. You really have to be prepared for these exchanges because it could change your life in a nanosecond if you do it properly.
Oh, I've seen it.
What have you done properly to get you to where you are that you may look back on and say, I'm so glad I did this?
Living lessons learned. A lot of people will know the lessons learned, but not live it.
Well,
not actually apply it to what they're doing. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I pay attention when it's like, okay, Lord, I hear you when this is the lesson, and then actually trying to do something different next time, because I think that's really paid off.
It really does. And so what's next for you in your career? You've had a full career. What's the next thing? I know what chapter are you in?
Oh, that's so funny you ask, because I'm constantly like, okay, what is the current era, right? So right now I feel like I'm in my leadership era where I'm really utilizing my role as a manager, not just being technical, making sure that you guys are getting the right products y'all need from us, right? At the end of the day, we're putting products in space, we're putting products in air, and everybody needs to make it home safely to their family. So that has been not only my focus, but also seeing after this leadership step that I've been doing with not only preparing myself and my team and my mentees, what am I gonna do to position myself for executive realness, okay? Because that's really when I can make impact. I love now how I get to give people jobs, I get to hire people, I get to recommend people for roles. So literally when I'm having a bad day, my husband says, baby, you can't be sad. You put millions of dollars back into the Black community by all the jobs that you've given people. And I'm like, you're right, baby. Thank you for cheering me up. Because at the end of the day, I'm fighting for my people and I'm making sure I stay on top of my technical capabilities so that I can maintain these roles that I need to be in, right? So hopefully somebody pays attention and then I can get to that next era of being an executive. So,
well, I have the honest thought in my head that you probably have already laid all this out. I just want to know if I'm right or wrong.
Write the vision, make it plain, right?
Write it. That's what you're doing.
Because
it's real. And if we don't take hold of what our future looks like, and brings it to us, then what do we do?
What do we do? We're at the hands of other people when we should be at the hands of ourselves, right? And the way that we're guiding ourselves mentally, spiritually, physically, even just having a healthy balance of all of those portions of our life. If we take control by at least planning and executing where we can, knowing that times is out of our control, but we pivot when we need to, right?
That's a very good word. And it's really interesting because I've heard the pivot, at least for the last 3 weeks, about people having to pivot. Let's talk about having to pivot. Have you had any experience of having to pivot?
Oh, so many times. And I think that's one of the lessons that I learned, that most things are temporary. You think it's permanent. Oh, I love this job. I love this company. I love this relationship. I love this church. Whatever it is that you're so used to being a part of or that you dedicated yourself to, and then something happens. Pandemic happens. The church said, yup, y'all can't all come back. We got to RSVP, right? Because we got to keep space. It's things that happens that's outside of your control. And you have to say, okay, that was a temporary chapter or era in my life. And it's okay if I pivot to something different. I could join a new church. I can apply for a new job, internally or externally. If the relationship is not positive, it's okay to, hey, that was a great moment in time. Let's go to a different relationship or focus on myself relationship, right? If it's me and I need to improve myself. I've definitely had those moments in my career. And when I look back at it, it's such a blessing because I used to think, like, why did I pivot from engineering to program management, and then program management back to engineering, and then engineering to functional management? And I thought it was because I had to, just to maintain the coin. Okay. But what I'm realizing, it was all a part of a big plan to build my skill set and capabilities. Now, it is nothing that I cannot do because I know how to run a program, a product, a business from the beginning to end. I know the technical capabilities that need to go with that program or product. And I can make it happen because I have all these skill sets under my belt now.
That's right on. Let me just say something here.
What you got for me?
The issue that's really important here is that most people don't even understand the pivot and why it's required in order for you to get to some other place. Yes. How do you prepare yourself? How do you see that pivot materializing?
So interestingly enough, I was just telling one of my employees that earlier in the week, you just have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I can't remember which rapper said it.
But it's on. It's on and popping.
Yeah. Sugar-free somebody. Yes. But at the end of the day, you can tell if it was you on the other end, say you're shopping for something, whether that's an employee, that's a product, that's a car, anything. You know the things you're going to look for.
Right.
I need it to do this, this, and this. I don't want it if it doesn't do this, this, and this. Switch yourself in the equation. Are you the one that has all those qualities that you want and dismiss the ones you don't want? Because if not, it's time for a real talk with yourself, right? And then you start positioning yourself to say, you know what? I'm missing AI. I don't know AI. The world is coming up with AI. I need to enroll in a class. I'm missing the ability to have technical writing skills. Maybe I need to do that, right? Or maybe if I don't want to be technical and I want to be more into people focused, maybe I need to go do a Myers-Briggs or a Clifton Strengths assessment to understand not only my personality type and my strengths, but to be able to ask someone else if they know theirs and then point them in the right direction to make sure they have theirs. Because a lot of times people think they know themselves and they present something, but it's the opposite.
And sometimes you don't even know what you don't know.
That you don't. And so you have to point people to resources so that they can know. And verifiable resources, not the thing, oh, I saw this on the internet. We don't know if it's right or not. Verify the things, right? Trust but verify, always. But I think the biggest thing is staying ready so you don't have to get ready to prepare yourself, not just with trainings, but also understanding your wants, right? Not just what you can do, but what do you want to do, what makes you happy in life, right?
And that's huge.
It's huge. So you could be educationally prepared or technically prepared for this thing, but maybe you hate doing it. Maybe you are not a morning person and you thrive at night. And this thing that you're trained to do, you have to be up at 5 a.m. every day. You don't have to do that. There's other opportunities that you can be there at 9 a.m. and you don't have to be there at 5 a.m. with the same skill set.
Right.
But it's okay to do the research, use these skills that we have at our fingertips nowadays, and really prepare yourself early so that when you meet that right person in the elevator, you're like, oh, hey, I'm ready. You got something for me? And I got the receipts to prove it because Go to my website. Go to my QR code. Have those things ready. We're in a digital age where you don't have to just hand somebody a paper resume. You can literally have a QR code ready for yourself and have a website with your name on it. If you don't, with your receipts, you should get one.
Yeah. I have a saying, when it ceases to be fun, it's time to go. And too often we're in positions that we should not be in, and we keep putting it off.
Yep.
But we have to take the time to really look at ourselves and do an analysis of what I have already done. Where am I going next? Because I'm not getting that same feeling that I think I should have.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
What do we do when we know that it's time, but we're afraid to make that step?
So one thing that I remember in my life is a pivotal moment where I knew it was time to make the step. Like you said, I wasn't happy in some of the day-to-day transactions with the role. And what I did, and I recommend that you guys do, is have at least 10 mentors. Not one, not two, not three, 10. And they need to all bring something different to the table. Everybody doesn't have to be CEO and vice president. Everybody doesn't need to necessarily be the person that would be in your line or org chart. Some people could actually be somebody that you don't know that's like, I met you at the BEYA Conference and you're not even at my company, but you're in a field of interest of mine. And it's okay to actually say, you know what, I'm putting you in my mentor bucket.
Right.
And now you have these 10 people that you talk to quarterly. Don't let that time pass without talking to them, because people will be like, oh, I hadn't heard from you in a year. Talk to them on a regular basis. Meet up in person when you can. If not, a call, a text message, or an email. I'll send my mentors emails. Hey guys, happy holidays. Hadn't talked to you yet, but guess what? I'm going to BEYA. I'm getting an award. I just wanted to say I wouldn't be here without you. Sometimes little things like that help.
It's huge.
Now you have your village.
Yes.
So when you have these moments where I am not happy where I'm at, let me schedule time to kind of verbally process with these mentors. And I remember a time I did that, and at least 3 of them said, you don't owe anybody anything. You've put in your time. And I never forget it. One said, if you don't go work for one of these thousands of aerospace companies in this area. And I said, you're right. I'm over here just like losing it behind this one situation, but there's so many options.
Right.
And it's okay to just put myself out there. Until I get that opportunity, I can still do the best I can.
And you're going to hold on until it happens.
And that's what I did.
That's
and
right.
Literally, I remember looking in the NSB chat on Facebook. So getting these little chats and groups. And somebody said, Boeing's having on-site interviews at the Proud Bird today and tomorrow. I said, ooh, I'm going. And I literally got there within 30 minutes of them closing and got 2 offers on the spot.
Look at that.
And now I'm here because the Boeing company sent me here and nominated me for this award. And it would have never happened had I not had that light bulb moment where that mentor literally looked me in the face and said that. And I said, I'm so glad I had these mentors, because she stopped to check on me. I didn't stop to check on her at that moment. But it's because I had been constantly keeping that relationship going, and she knew to check in.
Relationships are critical. Really critical. I have a group of friends. We call ourselves the Circle. And everybody brings something emotional, mental, educational to those meetings. And it is absolutely wonderful.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because you can make those phone calls, and if there's something that you need, one of them has something to pour into you give you that direction. And it's huge.
And you'll know it because your intuition will go off.
Oh, it's comfortable.
And you'll go, oh, I needed to hear that.
Right. And I can make that phone call and they will tell me everything that I didn't know I needed to know.
Exactly. Yeah.
That part.
Yeah, because they're honest with you. You have that relationship. Because some people say, okay, friend, it might be you, or have you looked into this? Or what barriers are you putting up on yourself? Sometimes it's not other people giving us the barriers. Sometimes it's us.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Because sometimes we don't even know what we don't know. So we put these up, not even understanding why it's even important.
Yep.
That's what's the part. Right?
Yep.
So we just stay the course.
Stay the course.
Stay the course.
And don't put these barriers up. Don't let other people put barriers up for you. Don't be afraid and go out there and do it.
That's right.
And pay attention to the signs. Your people will give you.
Oh, you'll find out if they love you.
Yes, if they love you. And that's another story for another day, right?
Yeah, we'll do that next year.
That's right. Keep your circle full of folks that love you, truly.
We have the circle, honey.
Mm-hmm.
We got them all there. And we've had the circle, our circle, for I don't know how many years. I think we started with the women of color having a conversation before we got to this. I mean, over the years.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why you keep
we're
your
still,
village.
we're still close.
Yeah, I remember telling a lot of my mentees, I got a lot of my circle from my college years. I said, I love my childhood friends. They helped me build who I am, but I feel like going to Southern University and HBCU, where it's literally Wakanda and people are pouring into you.
Yes.
Because they are looking at you knowing you are your ancestors' wildest dreams.
That's right.
And I remember meeting all the people that really formed a basis for who I became. And to this day, some of those faculty, staff, classmates, we are still so close to the point to where I get to come back for career fair week or come back and host panels with the students. I'm literally going to meet with some of the students here at the conference tonight to make sure that they're able to learn from my mistakes where I can share that. And at the end of the day, it's still a family. It's like a family reunion. It pours back into me because all those people that taught me all the things I needed to know are still teaching me to this day.
And they will keep keep teaching,
yes,
because that's what that love is all about, and that's what those relationships are all about. Well, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
And yes, and so you have to come every year, right?
Oh, every year.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
As long as
it's
understood, right? Okay.
So understood. It's a good time because like-minded folks with the same type of agendas for impact, but at the same time, we like to have a good time at BEYA.
No question.
Yes.
No question. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And so you're stuck now.
Yeah. Well, I have these kind of conversations on my podcast too. So everybody can follow me on Instagram at The World of Kia if you want to see some more conversations like this.
Okay.
Or go to my website, www.theworldofkia.com.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you, Kia.
Thank you.
The World of Kia.
Yes.
Thank you.